Welcome to the Self-Love Lifestyle Podcast. My name is Melanie Monaco, and I hold certifications in intuitive eating, integrative nutrition, feminine energy healing, yoga, and more. My mission is simple: to help women transform their bodies and lives with self-love. I've worked with women all over the world and learned a lot along the way, and I am so excited to share it all with you here. This is a wellness-centric, motivational, and transformational podcast that will give you the tools you need to cultivate more self-love through nutrition, movement, mindset, personal development, spirituality, and beyond. I'm so grateful to have you here. Now let's do this. Are you feeling stuck in a body you don't love? Or unable to find lasting motivation to maintain a healthy lifestyle? Or maybe you feel like you're constantly fighting against your body in order to transform how you look or feel. I know exactly how that goes, but to be honest, 95% of diets fail, and it's really not your fault. The problem is not the food that you're eating or the amount that you're exercising, but it's how you're relating to your body and food. And I'm here to share with you that there's a way for you to have the food that you love and a body you love without the dieting, over-exercising, or calorie counting, because that doesn't even work anyway. I've created a roadmap utilizing everything I've learned in my certifications from intuitive eating, integrative nutrition, energy healing, yoga, fitness, and more. And it's an intuitive wellness roadmap that's going to give you a personalized step-by-step approach to cultivating a body you love unconditionally and the freedom to eat without guilt. In a 30-minute video call with me, we're going to look at your goals not only for your body, but also your life. Because the truth is, you could eat only kale and exercise every single day, but if you're not nourished in all areas of your life, you're not going to be happy or healthy, right? So then we're going to uncover what's been holding you back from living the life of your dreams. We're going to look at the belief systems that are in place, the stories that you're telling yourself, and maybe even lingering ideas of who you think you should be that are detaching your self-worth. And I want to then give you a personalized step-by-step roadmap to becoming the happiest, healthiest, and most confident version of yourself so that you can live purposefully and in alignment with the best version of you. Through utilizing the proven strategies and tools from all my certifications, you're going to have a guide to reaching your goals, whatever they may be. If you want to tap into the power of intuitive wellness, discover how to effortlessly nourish your body and your soul, and cultivate a body you love unconditionally, then head to my website, melaniemonaco.com. That's MELANIEMONACO.com to book your free call now. I would love to chat with you soon, so make sure to hop on my calendar while there are still spots available. And today is the start of a mini workshop training series that I'm doing called Celebrate with Self-Love. And this is all in anticipation and excitement around a new program that I've launched called Healthy for the Holidays. And I'm just here to share some really valuable tips with you and tools that you can cultivate so that you can move through the holidays in this crazy season we're about to go into with as much ease as possible, nourishing your body, nourishing your soul, without any of the restriction or obsession over food or overwhelm, so that you start 2020 feeling incredible and amazing instead of having to set crazy resolutions or just feeling disconnected from your body or insecure. I started so many New Year's with the intention of going on a really intense diet, and it never worked. So over the past, it's been a decade, I've been really dedicating my life to self-love. And today I wanted to share my journey and story with you, and how the practices I've cultivated through a lot of the trainings and certifications I've done, but then also through personal experience and working with women all over the world, how all of the things that I've learned can also hopefully help you, especially as you navigate this season. So if you don't know, my name is Melanie Monaco, and I hold certifications in integrative nutrition, intuitive eating, yoga, feminine energy healing. I'm a moon mother, fitness, Reiki. I've studied under Dr. Clarissa Pinkola Estes, who wrote Women Who Run with the Wolves. And my uncle, I've studied with him. He's a shaman. So I've done a lot of training. I really dedicated myself to this path of development and wellness. My mom's a yoga teacher, so I grew up in this space as well. And even though I grew up with an uncle who's a shaman and a mom who's a yoga teacher, that doesn't mean that I, landed as a young person into a space of wellness automatically. I am really excited to share some of my stories with you today. Some you might already know and some might be new to you, but it's really through learning about wellness and healing through trauma and hardship that I was able to transform my relationship to my body. So when I was 15, you might know this story, you might not, but when I was 15, I was told I wouldn't walk again. And this was wild, not only because obviously that kind of news is really crazy. I was in a car accident. But also because I was a dancer and I was always on stage and performing. And so to receive that kind of news really threw me. But I still remember being in that room, in the hospital room, when the doctor came in and gave us that news. And I looked at my mom and I was like, no, I'm going to dance again. And I did 4 months later, really miraculously. And this was the first time I can remember very consciously deciding that I was in control of my body and making the decision to manifest the life that I wanted through really the power of my mind and taking healing into my responsibility. And so of course, I had amazing doctors working with me, and I had incredible therapists, physical therapists, energy healing specialists, and I really did, I was so fortunate to have all of these wonderful things, but it was really just stepping into self-responsibility. So if you don't know, I'm writing a book, and I talked about this recently, self-responsibility and self-acceptance, and how self-acceptance doesn't have to be a space of, oh, well, my life is what it is and I can't control it, and I might as well just accept that, I am not going to change, or I'm lazy, or I'm, whatever stories you're telling yourself. Self-acceptance is realizing that it's your responsibility to decide what is acceptable to you in your life. So I shared this story with you because this was the first time that I remember taking that kind of responsibility. And I then moved through, my teenage years having this really profound respect for my body. That's not to say my relationship with my body was perfect by any stretch of the imagination. If you're watching this video, then you can likely relate to the feeling of not loving your body, or not feeling comfortable in your skin, or perhaps feeling, maybe you've gone on diets or tried to lose weight or tried to change your body shape. And I spent a lot of that time doing that as well. A lot of it was under the guise of health and wellness, and I would do these juice cleanses, and I was like a raw foodist for a while. I was vegan on and off for a really long time, and I think all of those choices are absolutely fine if the intention is truly for health and well-being, and because that's what your body's thriving on. But for me, that was not the case, and I really felt awful. I had terrible energy. My digestive system was really slow. I had acne. I had hormonal imbalances. I had sleeping problems, and on top of it all, though these were all really an effort to lose weight, I wasn't losing weight. And my body I would lose some weight and then I'd gain it all back and then more. And I'd lose some weight and I'd gain it all back and then more. And when I was 17, I had another moment. So this is another anecdote story where I realized that I had the responsibility or the choice to take responsibility for my body. And instead of fighting my body, I decided that I would make the choice to love myself. And I still have this moment so vividly in my mind. I was actually in yoga class on a Kundalini retreat with my mom. And you're not meant to go on a Kundalini retreat to lose weight, but I was trying to, and it wasn't working. And I was so frustrated. We were doing the ego eradicator, which, if you don't know, it's a Kundalini practice. It's like a breath and arm movement. It's really powerful. It's like a meditation. And I had this like breakthrough moment of like, oh, I can choose to love my body. And it didn't happen overnight. I think it really took a solid like 7 years for me to actually get there. But it doesn't have to take you 7 years. And it was a lot of trial and error, a lot of going in and out of trying to understand what self-acceptance was, trying to understand what self-love meant, trying to learn how to listen to my body. And the amazing thing is now there are all these incredible tools and practices in place that I just didn't know about at that point, and I didn't have access to at that point, even though, as I said, I was living in this like abundance of, self-care and wellness. But still, I think in the culture that I grew up in, many of us grow up in this day and age, it's really hard to get out of the space where you're tying your self-worth to what you look like or tying your self-worth to a number on a scale. It's just so present in our society, and especially for women. But you can cultivate amazing tools like intuitive eating, integrative nutrition, mindful movement, meditation, like all of these things, feminine energy healing, all the things that I've gotten certifications in have helped me in my own journey and practices to cultivate that self-love. And they've also helped my clients as well. So I want to also mention the turning point, the final turning point for me, and it might be starting to rain. We'll see. I'll move inside if it does. But I wanted to mention another story. So this was like, I don't know. So I was 17 when I decided I wanted to love my body. This was how many years later? I was 24. So, you do the math. And I was proposed to on the beach by my then boyfriend. And it was so wonderful and beautiful. And we went to the beach. It was 4th of July, which is also my half birthday. And he was like, oh, I have a half birthday present for you. And we were on the beach. He knelt down on one knee and proposed to me. And because we were on the beach, I was in a bikini. And at this point, I still wasn't quite sure how to listen to my body. I was starting to tap into intuitive eating, but wasn't quite there. I was still experiencing a lot of the symptoms I had mentioned before. Breakouts along my chin, hormonal acne, like chronic insomnia, really bad just anxiety around food. Like I would eat something and then feel really guilty about it afterwards. I was just like really in the throes of trying to reestablish my relationship with my body and food, but not sure how. And I was 30 pounds, I think. My doctors have told me, I don't weigh myself anymore, but I believe I was 30 pounds heavier than I am now, according to something a doctor told me. But I definitely felt heavy, and I definitely felt terrible in my body because of those symptoms I was experiencing. And it wasn't even so much like what I looked like, though, that I definitely will look back at pictures at that time. And I remember looking at pictures at the time and just being like, I don't feel like my outer appearance matches my inner appearance. And I don't know if you felt that way, but it's pretty terrible. And so we were on the beach, my boyfriend proposing to me. And of course I was overwhelmed and excited. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes, I think first I said, what? And then eventually I said yes. And then for the rest of the day, on and off, I kept having these feelings of like, I can't believe he proposed to me in a bikini. And I can't believe that I'm not as skinny as I wanted to be when being proposed to, or like, I can't believe that I haven't gotten my body to the place that I always thought it would be at by the time I got engaged. I don't know if you have like, or have had visions of who you are going to be in the future and have imagined yourself looking a different way and thinking like, well, when I'm skinny, then I'll have X, Y, and Z. Or when I have X, Y, and Z, then I'll be skinny, which I think is what I had in my mind. And I was frustrated at myself for being so concerned about my body when I should be overwhelmed with happiness and joy. And I had these contradicting feelings. And obviously I have a man that loves me no matter what I look like, and wanted to marry me, is now married to me, and tells me all the time that he thinks I'm beautiful no matter what. Even still, I wasn't happy in my body. So leading up into my wedding, I enrolled in nutrition school. I went to the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, and I was already a yoga teacher at this point. I was already teaching fitness, like I was already in that space, but I learned everything I could about the psychology of eating, and about how to nourish my body according to its unique needs. So though I went to nutrition school, it's not like your classic nutritionist where you're going to go, they're going to ask you to write down everything you ate and give you a meal plan and be like, okay, stick to that or else. It's not like that at all. It's so much more about becoming in tune and tapping into what is called interoceptive awareness. And that's just the fancy clinical word for listening to your body. And then of course, responding with that awareness and care. And it doesn't mean that you have to give up the foods that you love. Like I'm in the south of France and I'm eating a lot of bread and cheese and wine and chocolate, and my body is doing okay. Even in the past, I might have experienced digestive discomfort because I nourish my body according to its needs most of the time. The times where I'm nourishing my soul, like in France, or during the holiday season, are the times when my body it's already in such a healthy state that it can digest those foods with ease. And I know that if I start to experience symptoms, I can tap right back into nourishing my body so that it really thrives and gets right back on track. And there's no drama involved. I mean, I'm still like a human being, and I still, process emotions around these things, but I can sit with them and see them for what they are, and then go back to being present in the moment, which is what a lot of us, so in the Healthy for the Holidays program, that's what we're going to learn how to cultivate. So on my wedding day, I ended up, as I said, I believe I lost 30 pounds, and it doesn't really matter, because what matters is that I felt beautiful and I felt confident, and I wore the dress that I wanted to wear in the shape I wanted to wear it. I look back at those photos and I love them, and I love the video. I love the video of the wedding day. And I just hear from so many women that, especially the brides that I work with, that they're concerned about what they're going to look like on their wedding day. They're concerned for the photos. And I think this translates really well into the holiday season as well. Like there's a lot of opportunities for photos, and like if you felt anxious about what you're gonna look like in those, I so relate. I've been there, but there is a road out of that, and there is a road to feeling confident in your skin. And I know it works because I myself have gone through it, and I've taken numerous women through it in my self-love lifestyle programs. And I created the self-love lifestyle because I wanted to offer women a way to cultivate a body they loved unconditionally, without dieting, without calorie counting, without demonizing food, so that they could freely eat the foods that they enjoyed, so that they can learn how to nourish their bodies from that intuitive space, so that they could become in tune with their cyclic nature as women to balance the hormones and really thrive while enjoying your life. I mean, we're emotional eaters. It's how our species has survived. Don't let anyone tell you differently. And we experience food with all of our senses, and that's such a gift. And when you demonize food, you put food in good and bad categories. You're taking away this beautiful experience that we have as humans. And so if you're trying to change your body shape and you're trying to change your relationship to food by demonizing it, you're fighting against your innate human nature. So instead, with the self-love lifestyle, we become in tune with our human nature. It's starting to rain. I don't feel it too much though. We become in tune with that human nature and we embrace ourselves for what we are. And when you do that, when you change your relationship to food, you change your relationship to your body, then your body is going to relax into its healthiest weight and you're going to feel really good. And when you feel good and healthy, you look good and healthy. So in Healthy for the Holidays, in the program, we're going to, you get a guide, and in the guide it shows you my step-by-step approach to changing your relationship to your body and food, even in the midst of chaos. And I know you might be thinking, I don't have time to sign up for this program, or I don't have the mental capacity for it. But I promise you, it's like just going to take an hour or two out of your week that you would instead be spending watching Netflix or something, and now instead you can focus that on loving yourself. And the best part about it is, and I was just talking about this to a client like an hour ago, she's found that through filling her cup with joy, so like filling her life with things that make her happy and make her feel good, and really giving herself the space that she needs and discovering what that even is, she's been able to give so much more to her relationships. Her relationship to her family and friends has begun to expand. And I actually see this in so many of my clients. So I say all the time that self-love is the best gift you can give to other people. And I've experienced this in my life as well. When I finally was able to start loving myself and loving my body, I was able to give so much more to my mom and my dad and my husband and my friends and my family, because I was able to give the best parts of myself to them rather than being drained and giving the worst parts of myself to them. So self-love, if you're looking for the holiday gift for others, start with self-love. It's going to totally change your life. I'm going to move out of the rain. This is crazy. So along with that, with Healthy for the Holidays, you get the guide, so it's the step-by-step approach, and then you also get the Facebook group with the other women in the program. So this is going to offer you 24/7 accountability. You pop in the group, you say, oh, I'm at this holiday party and struggling with X, Y, or Z, and you're gonna have women there with the same vocabulary that you have through the guide, so they're gonna understand everything you're saying, women who feel exactly the same way you feel, and including myself, and we're all gonna be there to support you. Lifelong friendships. There's been some amazing women in my groups, so I'm really excited about that one as well. And then finally, we have, this is the core of the program, we have twice weekly coaching sessions with me. And these are optional, though I highly recommend them. And one is Wednesday evenings and the other one is Sunday afternoon. And so you can hop on either one depending on what your schedule is. You can watch the replays. And this is where we talk through everything you're learning in the guide. I offer you really valuable insight and individualized support. You can connect with the other women via, it's video sessions, or you can just hop on with your phone. And I mean, this is where the magic happens. It's so transformational what happens in this online space that we create in this coaching session. And yeah, all of the revelations that women have in these sessions are pretty amazing and life-changing. So I definitely recommend that as well. So you have those three things in the Healthy for the Holidays program. You have the guide, the Facebook group, and the twice weekly coaching sessions for 6 weeks. So we're starting the week of November 11th. Doors close to the program on 11/11, and then it goes through the end of the year. And there's a couple days we have off in those sessions because one of them is Christmas, one of them is the day before Thanksgiving. But you are going to be fully supported through the holiday season. This is a wellness program like no other. It's not a diet plan. It's not an exercise plan even, though you're going to have the tools that you need to nourish your body and move with care. It's so much more about tapping into self-worth, not from a place of how you look, but from a place of how you feel. And as I said, when you feel good, you do look good. And you just have to trust that once you start to nourish your body and nourish your soul according to really your unique needs, everything's going to fall into place. And so if you want to see the accounts of women who've gone through my programs, you can go to melaniemonaco.com. There's a whole testimonials page. There's also a bunch of information on the Healthy for the Holidays page. You can also find that at melaniemonaco.com. The link is in my bio. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. You can send me a DM here on Instagram. You can also send me an email, melanie@melaniemonaco.com, and connect with me. And I would love to hear from you. And if you feel really called to sign up for this program, if you've spent every single holiday season, I just got a flashback to one time I was at a holiday party and there was a table of pecan bars, and I could not focus on the conversation I was having because I wanted the pecan bar, but I wouldn't let myself have it because it felt bad or like I was breaking my diet. Do I remember the beautiful conversations I could have been having? No. I remember being obsessed with the pecan bar. So if you felt that way, I promise you I don't feel that way anymore. There is absolutely a way out of this. Now I'm able to be present in those celebrations and in my life, instead, like I said on my engagement day, instead of feeling like I wasn't the person that I wanted to be, now I feel like I'm stepping into my power, and other women in my programs have felt the same way too. One of them, my client, she said, this is one of my favorite things I've had a client ever say. She said, I feel like I'm actually living my life instead of waiting to live it. So if you have been waiting to live your life, you've been saying, well, when I'm skinny enough, when I'm X, Y, or Z enough, when I'm enough, you are enough as you are now. And if you want to start really feeling that and you want to start stepping into that power that you have innately, then this is the program for you. I cannot wait to see you inside the Healthy for the Holidays program. And as I said, feel free to let me know if you have any questions. I do have one more thing. I promised I would share this. So as my gift to you, I am going to offer a free spot in this program. So in order to qualify, there's 2 steps you have to do. Make a post on Instagram and tag me in it. Use the hashtag #CelebrateWithSelfLove. Make sure that your profile is set to public so I can see it. And then I'm going to announce the winner on November 8th, the Friday before the 11th. And definitely make sure that if you want to hop in this program and you want to hop on the free program, if you want to get this for free, make that post, tag me in it at The Self Love Lifestyle, #CelebrateWithSelfLove, and just share an aha moment that you've had. So anything that I've said about, loving your body, self-love, your relationship to food, self-worth, self-acceptance, any of that stuff that's given you some insight about yourself, or perhaps maybe even an intention that you want to have for this holiday season or the new year instead of a strict resolution, you can share any of that. So just make sure that it's something that has occurred to you throughout this video or any of the upcoming videos, or anything on the Healthy for the Holidays page, and you could win a free spot in the program. It's the most wonderful time of the year, and that means gift giving is here. I couldn't be more excited to align myself with a brand that offers vegan nutrition, skincare, and makeup products, and more. Not to mention everything is non-GMO, gluten-free, and cruelty-free, so it's nourishing for both your body and your soul. We are offering limited edition products and specials this season. My favorite is the cinnamon roll protein powder. I start every day with a protein and vitamin shake, which I promise is more delicious than it sounds. I've been starting my day this way for years. It's how I manage to keep my energy up as a full-time fitness and yoga instructor. But when it tastes like cinnamon rolls, it is a treat for both my body and my taste buds. There are also limited edition makeup sets. My favorite is the Lunar Beauty set, which makes me feel like the moon goddess that I am. And there's body care that smells like your favorite candles, but without any of the harmful chemicals like other brands. Snickerdoodle body wash, yes, please. Plus, from now until the end of the year, you can round up your purchase to the nearest dollar and send a donation to our program that gives teens the confidence to reach their dreams. For every donation you make, your name will be entered into a monthly drawing to win almost $400 worth of products. Give the gift of healthy living to yourself and your loved ones this holiday season. Visit MelanieMonaco.com/shop. That's MELANIEMONACO.com/shop to learn more. Happy holidays, everyone. If you felt inspired or moved by what you heard today, then be sure to leave a rating and review. I would love to hear what you're vibing with so I can create more incredible content to help you transform your life with self-love. Be sure to connect with me on Instagram at The Self-Love Lifestyle, on Facebook at The Self-Love Lifestyle, and you can also sign up for my mailing list and find free downloads, resources, and more at MelanieMonaco.com. That's MELANIEMONACO.com. And be sure to subscribe to the Self-Love Lifestyle podcast so you never miss an episode. I'll see you next week, my love.